Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Kwadash, Ma'amath. Definitely want to give double honors to the apostle of GMS and their elders. Definitely want to give double honors to my elder, Harwam, Ban Yashal of the Lions Den Camp, located in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the sincere Akim and Akwatim that believe in sincerity and truth. Shalom. All right, first and foremost, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Right, and in the name of is Bahashim, and his only begotten son's true name is Yahweh Shai, not JC, not Jesus. Right, his true name is Yahweh Shai. All right. Without further ado, let's get into the lesson. The lesson topic is going to be based off of not running off into Egypt, meaning not running off into seek help from the medical industry or um, any other industry. I'm trying to be a little careful with what I say, but basically just putting your faith and trust into Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? To lean on Him, to allow Him to guide you through the hard times, all right? And we definitely are in those times, all right? So this article here is from Fort Worth Star Telegram. It says, Mpox is spreading in Texas. Health officials say, here's how to protect yourself. All right, so Mpox is the monkey POX. All right, it's a virus. All right, it's a respiratory virus as well, and you can receive it different ways. All right, but a lot of people tend to run down to seek help from Egypt, meaning seek help from these facilities and allow them to pump and insert certain things into your body. Right, as we just had a whole issue happen during the lockdowns. You see what happened to the people. Right, people started falling left and right. All right, so it's not wise to run down to seek help from Egypt. All right, and remember, America is spiritually known as Nineveh, Sodom and Gomorrah, also known as spiritually known as Egypt. All right, also known as Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. All right, this place is filled with wickedness. All right, so instead of depending on the the elite to heal your body, because let's be honest, man, that place is not a place for healing. The hospital itself is not a place for healing. The hospital is built off of trauma. It's only good for trauma, right? It's not built to heal you, right? This is why they came up with pharmaceuticals, which it stems from the Rothschilds having pretty much full power and rights to most of the pharmaceuticals that's used today. All right, so it's better to depend on Yahweh Bashim Shai instead of depending on the elite. All right, and running down to Egypt for help. All right, so let's get into the article. It says the Mpox virus has spread in Texas. All right, my elder just dropped a lesson on this. All right, not too other day, and he went into how all of this ends up stemming to it's connected to the MOTB. All right, so I wouldn't say connected, but meaning like it's leading up to the MOTB, right? Where people are being dependent on the elite, right, to get them through these breakouts and to provide help for them and protection. All right. Again, I'm trying to be careful with the words I use. Mpox should be okay because it's actually in the article, and this is a video to reach out to the people to be careful of the certain diseases that's spreading out. All right, these outbreaks, to be aware. All right, and to understand what how you can identify it as if a person is affected or not. All right, so Without further ado, let's continue. It says the mpox virus has spread in Texas, and health experts are advising people to protect themselves. All right. It says through the first 24 weeks of 2024, Texas has reported 152 pox cases, compared with 86 cases during the same period in 2023, representing a 76.7% increase, according to a Texas Department of State Health Service press release. Come on, why that's stupid thing to be popping on Slack. It says, mpox is an infectious virus disease that can cause a painful rash, swollen lymph nodes, and a fever. It was once called monkeypox before the World Health Organization renamed it in 2022. What is mpox? Symptoms and how does it spread? A rash on the hands, feet, chest, face, mouth, or near the genitals is one of the most common signs of mpox. Other signs include chills, muscle aches, headaches, and respiratory problems. The incubation the incubation time is 3 to 17 days. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said a person may not have symptoms and may feel fine at this time. The mpox infection is transmitted by direct skin-to-skin contact with a rash or cuts from a person who has the infection. It can also spread through their saliva, snot, and body fluids. Long face-to-face interactions, like talking and breathing, can also cause it to spread. Mpox can spread through infected animals by petting, cuddling, and sharing sleeping spaces or food. Scientists are still researching how often someone with no symptoms can spread the virus, right? So, even with the animals, so you really shouldn't be sleeping or eating food with your animals anyway. And, not petting your animals is one thing, but cuddling your animals, like, I don't know, people weird, man. But anyway, I'm gonna grab the scripture real quick. This is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Right. So woe to them that trust in anything but the Lord, man. When we come into hard times and come into pestilence, and the Lord said we was going to be going through all these things, which is called the beginning of sorrows, going through the beginning of sorrows in these times. Right. To be aware and be diligent and be patient, to wait on Him. All right, and not to run down to Egypt, meaning to these facilities, and line up and allow them to start putting things into your body, man. All right. So for the elect, and we only teach to the elect, man. All right, to the elect, woe to everyone else, man. Right, because we're not allowing ourselves to run down to Egypt to help, and we know better. All right, so seek the Lord, right, so that way while He may be found, because the devil only has but a short time, and he's pushing his agenda pretty fast. All right, so we have to be aware and understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said we will eat in those days, and we will be protecting in these days, man. All right, to lean on Him. Verse 2, yet He also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back His sword, man, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Right. So anybody that's cursed, man, the wicked and the 2/3, man, all the ones that's doing evil and committing iniquity on the earth, right, killing the people, right, leading the people to the MOTB, right, leading people to their destruction and death, right. Let's go back to the article. All right, now for anybody outside the truth, man, all right, this is for you. It says how to protect against mpox. Testing for mpox is currently only recommended if you have a rash that is consistent with the virus. If you are GAY, comma, BISEXUAL, comma, or a same gender loving man who has had sex with men in the past 6 months and expects to have more than one SEXUAL partner, the CDC recommends you get the mpox genos virus. All right. Says vaccines are also recommended for people who have had SEXUAL contact with a person who is at risk of mpox or has it already. The CDC says 2 dozen of the vaccine will provide the best protection. All right, for those who are outside of this truth that deals with that type of community, all right, we recommend, and the CDC recommends, all right, the mpox genos vaccine. For those who are in the truth, all right, we know better to stay away from that. Man. We lean on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to put our faith in Him. All right. So again, to the communities, the alphabet communities, the CDC recommends, right? Isaiah 31:1 again, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horses, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look unto but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, so they don't seek Yahushua's guidance, man, and this is why, they're gonna fall in that pit. All right, it says to avoid mpox, the following steps are recommended: avoid close skin to skin contact with people who has a rash, all right, that looks like mpox and animals that carry the vaccine. Avoid contact, but it's just crazy that they pointed that particular community out. By the way, I'm just saying. All right, avoid contact with objects and materials that a person with mpox has used. Wash your hands often. Get the vaccine for those who are outside of this truth. All right, for us, we depend on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We know that that is another. This is leading back up to the lockdown. This is also leading back, leading up to the MOTB. We know this thing leads to destruction. All right, but for those who are participate in the alphabet community, or for those who have no faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and don't believe in proper true names, or don't believe into the doctrine of Yahushua, all right, the CDC recommends, all right, so it says, get the vaccine. It says, where do mpox cases stand in Texas? The first case of mpox was identified in a Texas resident during the summer of 2021. Texas has reported 2,970 possible and confirmed cases of mpox in 2022. Cases have continued to be reported in Texas in 2023 and 2024 through at a slower rate. Chris Van Him, director of media relations for DSHS, said the state continues to see increased transmissions compared with last year. It says people who are in high risk groups, particularly men who have sex with men. This is crazy, man. That point, it's almost like AIDS again, man. All right. It says people who are high risk groups, right? It says particularly men, right? The alphabetical communities who have sex with men should take steps to protect themselves by getting vaccinated, avoiding skin-to-skin contact with people who have an unexplained rash, and monitoring themselves for any evidence of mpox infection, right? Said Chris Van Dusen. It says that, quote, that being said, the state has So like it has seen new cases decreasing somewhat over recent weeks. So hopefully that means people are taking those steps. End quote. All right. So right. So this at the end of the day, man. Our people, our people outside as children, man. They them not having them so called calling themselves having a relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and that they know him, right? But not understanding that, they're gonna be these Christians and these other religions gonna tell y'all that it's okay to go run down to Egypt for help, man. Run down to these line up, in these lines and let them insert certain things into your body, man. All right, these um vaccines, all right, these things that have already been proven to cause damage and harm to the body, and even um, people unaliving, being unalive by these things, man. All right, this is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children, which means stupid, right? And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil because that's an evil act, man. Right? You're allowing them to destroy your body, man. You might well say you commit suicide, man. You're allowing them to um, change your body and to put certain things into your body, right? To alter your body, right? Um, Instead of allowing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to keep you protected and cover you, just like Ananiah, um, Azariah, and Mishael. Make sure I got the names right. All right, so yeah, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. All right, so we gotta, have that mindset that he'll have us covered just like that in that day, man. All right, basically have us covered in a cool mist bubble, or just some type of protection, man, to keep us from being harmed. And understand that that's our way out. That's our way of protection, right? And not doing evil by running down to Egypt, right, and leading yourself to destruction because you see a multitude of people running down to Egypt for help, right? Right, because when you depend on the Lord, man, when you depend on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and your full trust and faith, right, and you doing the work and following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, right, and you repenting and you fasting, right, and you participating in the righteous feast days, right, and not being part of the world of wickedness. All right, the Lord will have you covered, man, because He said we'll be able to eat in those days, man. We will be covered to the point where we'll be rejoicing. And it says, this is Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. For those who want to run down to Egypt for help, for those who are end up taking the MOTB, right? For those who depend on the worldly things to get them by, to heal their body, to protect them and when times are hard, to protect them um when this war kick off, man. Right? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? You're gonna be ashamed because you ran down to Egypt for help and allowed them to guide you and protect you, and allowed them to malnourish you, right? Instead of depending on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to keep you covered and to nourish you with that living water, which is this spirit, this truth, right? The spirit of truth, man, that's flowing right through Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai, down to the elect, man. All right, and that's what's gonna keep you covered in those days and these times. All right, behold, my servant shall, verse 14, shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, right? Because your body is going to be weakened, right? Running down to Egypt, right? Being amongst the dead, right? That army of the dead, right? spiritually and soon to be physically, right? Meaning during judgment day, right? It says, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. Right, being called up to that, be made perfect, man. Right, for those who lack the understanding and continue to run to Egypt. Right, to those who feel like um they are blessed and highly favored, but have no true understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but depend on the man and depend on the system of these families that rule the world in dark places, right? Spilling out poison onto our people, all right? They continue to run down and sip from that cup, right? The Lord has no salvation for those, right? For those who partake in um, man with man deeds, that's leading them to straight destruction, man. But the CDC has a way out for you, for those, right? For those ones who partake in those um, communities, the alphabetical communities, right? It says, all right, so from now, okay, it's Jeremiah 7:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord, Yahweh. All right, so cursed is the man who depends on men, right, and make men their strength and their power, right, and slaps the hands away from of the Lord, who hand is stretched out, right. When his hand is stretched out for us, 2/3 are slapping it away, right, and running off to Egypt, making flesh, right, is trust and its dependence, leaning on its own strength, leaning on the strength of the heathen, instead of leaning on the strength and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 6, for he shall be like the heat in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, right? You're not going to see when good cometh, right? When he comes with healing in his wings, right? When he comes with guidance, right? When he comes with salvation to make us perfect, when he comes with deliverance, right? It says, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and not inhabited. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, right? So when you trusteth in the Lord, man, you're blessed, right? And whose hope the Lord is, you're blessed, man. When your hope and faith and your mindset is on him, and you're blessed. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. Right, so it's going to continue to flourish. Right, feeding the people. Right, giving life to the people, giving health to the people. Right, and this is to the elect, man. 144 and the 1/3. Right, it says, their heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it, right? Who can know it? Who can know and trust the heart of the wicked, right? And the heart of the heathen. I mean, heart of the wicked and the 2/3, right? The heathen and the 2/3, and the wicked as a whole. Who can trust them, man? Who can trust the foundation that they have set, right? Instead of trusting into that tree that's rooted by the waters, man, they trust to the eagle that flies, right? Into the system that put them in bondage and has been killing and um, poisoning the people, their people for ages, man. But continue to do the things that were done in Sodom and Gomorrah. Continue to do the things that were done when the time of his crucifixion. You know, verse 10, I, the Lord, right? I, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings, man. Right? So again, to the elect, man, we know who to depend on, right? Because that's the fruit of our doings. The fruit of our doings is of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, depending and leaning on him, walking in his ways, right? Not the ways of men, not the ways of the heathen, not the ways of the wicked, right? Not committing certain acts as the wicked, right? To bring forth destruction among the people, right? So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Yahweh Ratazah, Bahashim Yahushua, I ask that this lesson be edifying to who it needs to be edifying to, right? Um, keep an eye out, be watchful. I understand that, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is our way out, man, right? In the times of beginning of sorrows, in the times of Jacob trouble, right? In the time of salvation, man. All right, so Shalom and DTA.